JoJo Part 7 is finally getting an anime. And so is something else that I imagine we are all equally as excited for. I'm of course referring to Pankatsu Fukin to Skato Take ga Fute Kisetsu na JK no Hanashi. No? Okay, that makes sense. Let me sell you on it. How's it going, everybody? It's Dennis again, and today we're going to be talking about a series called The Story Between a Dumb Prefect and a High School Girl with an Inappropriate Skirt Length. More like an inappropriate title length, am I right, fellas? As you probably guessed from that title, we follow a high school girl who frequently clashes with a public morals officer, also a high school boy, due to her frequently skirting the uniform rules. This manga started back in 2019 and is currently ongoing and is being written by none other than Takuma Yakota, a man I am very familiar with on this channel. I've reviewed two of his other works, which I'll link in the description, that have very provocative names, but are very misleading at the same time. However, unlike those stories, this is a nice, wholesome, romantic comedy. The Prefect, Togo Sakura Daimon, which is a great name, by the way, is an incredibly strict and deadpan guy, while being dense in a funny kind of way. He's the kind of guy that doesn't get sarcasm and will be super blunt about what he's telling you, explaining everything in great detail no matter how embarrassing it might be. Despite that rigidity, he's still a very nice guy who wants to help out and will do his best to put you on the straight and narrow if he thinks you're going off. Next, we have the female lead, Poemu Kohinata, which is not as good of a name, but that's actually a plot point. She's violent, snarky, and seemingly confident, but this is masking a kind and easily embarrassed young girl. That's right, she's a tsundere. She's also one of the only normal characters in the series, at least by our standards, and frequently acts as the manga straight man, or straight woman, if you will. She's also the character whose thoughts and perspectives we most hear, so she's kind of the de facto main character of the two. Surprisingly, she's the smart one, and he's the dum-dum. These two start interacting more often after realizing this fact, when Kohinata goes to help Sakura Daimon during the supplementary lessons that they have together. That's the catalyst that starts these two on the path to romance. It's a classic opposites attract story where his bluntness allows him to be direct with his feelings, causing her to slowly fall for him. Admittedly, this dynamic is one note, but it's adorable. It's wholesome stuff. That said, this story is more calm than rom. The comedy is pretty top tier. It helps that I'm a fan of deadpan delivery, but the paneling has some good comedic timing either way. The constant waffling of Kohinata between thinking Sakura Daimon's strictness is endearing or annoying gives a lot of gas for such a simple ride. His bluntness also gets in the way of some of the more annoying tropes. Like pretty early on, I was worried they were going to do that thing that some rom-coms do, where they try to keep the relationship a secret even if they're not actually dating, just the fact that they've grown closer. But Sakura Daimon immediately blows it. It's pretty funny. I love this guy. He's such a goober. This series is both sweet and high energy. It's like drinking a Red Bull for the soul. Just makes me want to smile. The side characters are great. Just like Sakura Daimon, the other student council members are all incredibly wacky. Izubuchi is a member of the health committee, and he was a former delinquent, causing him to be really aggressive, even though he's actually being very nice. He's inadvertently caused a bunch of girls to fall for him because he's really serious about health and safety. Basically, he princess carries them to the infirmary anytime there's even a minor chance of injury, including this lady. Tsukishima is a member of the library committee, and he's incredibly smooth and charming when he's surrounded by books. But off the job, he's an incredibly sarcastic jerk who seems to hate everybody, and he turns into this weird gremlin. And both of these forms seem to exist in harmony, where the audience never truly knows which one he is. Nah, I'm just kidding, he's the asshole. It's a great call, just perpetually making him an asshole. Now, all the characters are fun, I can't talk about them all, but they're all a good time. They allow for some great jumping off points for the comedy. Izubuchi is the best, though. Now let's talk about the romance. It's definitely weaker than the comedy for me, but it's still good. The main dynamic is pretty consistent with the whole Sakura Daimon says something blunt but complimentative. Is that a word? And Kohinata reacts angrily or embarrassed but is secretly happy. This hasn't gotten old yet. There's more to it, but that's the gist. It's adorable. That said, there is development, and they do in fact get together well before the manga ends. There are also a few side romances going on, which I won't get into, but I found them very enjoyable. Overall, it's good stuff. Frankly, this manga is just a good time. The comedy is on point, the romance is fun, if a bit slow, and the characters all have great chemistry. Something perfect to read in between your next emotionally devastating manga. And if that didn't grab ya, Sakura Daimon convinces a group of delinquents to return to school by rap battling them into submission. And they're gonna have to animate that. Honestly, probably could have led with that. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's all I really wanted to talk about. If you want to leave a comment with a manga that you'd like me to review or just something about the video, feel free. And as always, see you next time.